Hi YouTube, this is a Groovin' Chick, and today I'm dehydrating oranges. They're really easy to do, and you'll like having them in your cabinets because you can do so many things with them. They're great to use in mulled ciders and wines. You can use them in crafts and potpourri. You can use them to make orangeade. You can grind them up and use them in recipes. Just a lot of great uses for dehydrated oranges. First, when you bring them home, you want to wash them in your fruit and vegetable wash, and I use the one using the vegetable and the salt because the salt helps vinegar increase its killing ability of E. coli. Then I rinse them and I slice them on my mandolin slicer. But first, be sure to cut your ends off because it'll give you a flat surface to work with, and it works better when you're cutting on your mandolin slicer because flat and flat works better than rounded and flat. Always use your vegetable holder when you're cutting your fruit and vegetables on your mandolin slicer. And when you do that, you cut down the risk of cutting yourself. So I highly recommend a mandolin slicer because it saves a lot of time and you get uniform cuts, as you can see. All of my cut pieces are about 1/4 of an inch thick, so they have the same dehydrating time. I set my dehydrator on 125. Now the reason I use 125 instead of 135, which is shown as a fruit and vegetable setting, is because I'd rather go low and slow with my oranges. I just think I get a better product that way in the outcome. So you might want to play around it and see if you like the 125 or 135. For me, I just personally prefer the 125, but it's a personal preference thing. Here are my oranges that I did in May of this year, and they look so pretty. Now when you do your oranges, after you think they're dehydrated and they're crisp, what you need to do is take them off your dehydrator, let them cool, and then put them in a Ziploc baggie. Let them sit in that Ziploc baggie for a couple of days, then come back and check them. If they aren't nice and crisp, then you need to put them back on your dehydrator, turn them back on 125 or 135, let them go until they are crisp. Then go through the process again, putting them back in the baggie after they have cooled and checking them again, because you don't want any moisture left in those. You want them to be nice and crisp so that there's no bacteria that can set up, because if they're moist they can set up mold and bacteria can grow. And there are my limes I did the other day. I have a whole half a gallon of those, and that will make a really pretty potpourri. That will make so good in a mulled wine this fall and winter. But anyway, I also found something that's really handy to do when I want to flip my fruits and vegetables, and I thought I would show you while I have my oranges here. Can't quite show you with one hand, but I'll tell you how it's done. I have my fruits and vegetables on my tray, and we'll pretend that these oranges have gone and I want to flip them over so that I get complete air circulation. I get another one of my mesh screens and I put those on top of my dehydrated fruit, and then I will just pull it up, and using two hands I will flip it over. Once it's flipped over, I will put it back on my tray and just pull off the mesh screen that's on top, and that makes my fruits or vegetables, the side is reversed. I found that a whole lot easier when I was flipping my cherry tomatoes than having to turn each one over individually. So that might be an interesting little tip that might help you. Anyway, this is the Groovin' Chick out. Until next time, if you like my videos, please click like. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I've got a lot of great things coming up. And please be sure to check out Probane. And also, I'm a Survivor and Thriver. And